It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This NBA season in full swing, and we are so glad to have you here with us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. He's excited. Kenny is here. He's excited.
Yes.
We're just happy to have you here. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Toronto Raptors at Air Canada Center. Last outing for Toronto, they ended up with a win against the Hornets in Charlotte. They won the first matchup of this season series. We'll see if they can get another tonight. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
It's an Eastern Conference battle here at the Air Canada Center in downtown Toronto as the Raptors look to work their home court advantage. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. And take a look at the Pacers. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
And right now for the Pacers, they haven't looked anything like the team we thought they'd be this year. Still such a long way to go. They could be in line for a long, tumultuous season.
Yeah, that's the sense you get, isn't it? I mean, the important thing is that they don't panic here. Stick to the basics and work out of this slump without trying to do too much at one time.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, when DeMar DeRozan hit free agency in the summer of 2016, not only did he not meet with any other team than the Raptors, he didn't want to meet with any other team. He said, I am Toronto. Outside of where I'm from, I represent this city harder than anybody. Toronto is all I've known. I came in at 19, and I've treated it like home ever since then. Kevin?
And DeRozan is so important to this Raptors team, DA. I'm sure they're glad he's sticking around for the long haul. For a young player, Clark, it's adjusting to the speed of the NBA and the length of the schedule. So how do you power through that rookie wall? How do you survive that?
Well, there's no magic formula, Kevin. You just have to stay the course because it comes in different times for different players. For me, it was after about 60 games. I was a starter playing 34, 35 minutes a game. So it was a combination of fatigue and just getting used to 2.5 times more games than I had ever played in my career. So you fight through it, stay with your habits, stay with your preparation, and eventually you find your legs.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Young and Turner up front. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3, the small forward. Now Young following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. And finished off by Oladipo.
Boy, it's hard to overstate the strength of Oladipo. Sometimes you just can't shake this guy off his shot.
And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
Oladipo's become a very efficient combo guard, somebody who can score the ball at a high clip as well as get the ball to open teammates when necessary.
Now here's Lowry. DeRozan dishes to Valanciunas. Back to DeRozan, and stolen by Bogdanovic. Lots of room, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Outstanding anticipation that time from Oladipo, seeing the floor extremely well and then zipping the pass over to the open man.
Screen by Ibaka. Lowry against Collison. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. 5 to shoot. Over Oladipo. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Young passes to Oladipo. And it's Bogdanovic in the corner. Off target from three-point range. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Rockets in Houston.
And how about the defensive adjustments in that one? Their communication was brilliant all night.
Yeah, I agree. And communication is effort, and effort is communication. Very talkative out there, yelling out screens, giving each other help. Boy, that was a terrific all-around effort.
Here's Collison after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Here's Young, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And while Young is serviceable at the line, not terrible, there's still a lot of room for improvement. And, you know, the Pacers looking to go more up-tempo. Higher scoring is kind of how they wanted to play. They went out and traded for Thaddeus Young, and he's been a great fit at the power forward spot.
And that one falls for Young. And Thaddeus Young with a player option on his contract after this season. He seems likely to opt out.
Well, I think he's a bargain right now at under $13 million per year. And as crazy as that sounds, that's the reality of the salary landscape we're in. And I would expect him to expect a raise next season.
He's perfect from the line this time. And the Pacers with a lot of scoring on their roster. Clark, how does Thaddeus Young blend into that?
Well, I think he's a scorer. He's a guy who does a lot of the intangibles. What I like about him is he's an excellent cutter. Plays well off the ball, so he doesn't always need it in his hands to be effective.
Now here's Turner. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. Nice D from DeRozan. The Raptors have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And count it from 19 feet away. DeRozan's got his first 2 points of the night.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Lowry against Collison. Young outside. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's his first foul. Turner with the steal.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
Raptors trail by 5. Here's Powell. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Clock at 4. With the floater, and it's laid up and in by DeRozan.
Oh, man. DeRozan, his interior game, worthy of much respect. When he gets the ball in a good spot, he goes to work.
Now here's Collison. He had 16 points in the win against Houston, and it's blocked. Shoots from 12, and the shot falls short this time. Pacers leading by 3. Feeds to Oladipo. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Powell. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Powell. And a big front office change for the Pacers over the summer. Cause for concern?
No, I don't think so, Kevin. Very experienced hands are taking over, and I think it'll be a relatively smooth transition for the Pacers.
So he gets them both. Indiana leading. Outside Collison. Turner with the screen. Collison dishes to Young. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. And that's now 7 points for Thaddeus Young.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
Now here's Powell. Guarded by Oladipo. Shot off the pick. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
I thought maybe with a little more hustle, he might have been able to get around him, but he was just a step late.
Pacers leading by 4. Turner with a screen on Lowry. The drive by Collison makes it off the glass.
Sensing the opportunity there, Collison sneaking inside for the finish.
The Raptors have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Lowry kicks to Siakam. Young with the steal. Collison against Lowry. Now here's Collison. He's tightly guarded.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Lowry kicks to Siakam. There's the pick. Outside DeRozan. Valanciunas. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Here's Young. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Now here's Powell. Guarded by Oladipo. And DeRozan kicks to Powell. Back to DeRozan. Over Bogdanovich. Here's Valanciunas. And it's sent back by Turner.
Oh, these arms of Turner just go on forever. I mean, which is part of the reason he's able to rack up the block shots that he does.
Now here's Oladipo. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Indiana.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Now here's Bogdanovich. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. Dishes to Oladipo. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Oladipo's got 5 points so far.
Now that's remarkable work inside from Oladipo. Not afraid to go up against the big guys down low.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Really an intimidating style of defense. I mean, they challenged everything at the rim, and that led them to victory.
Greg, they expended maximum energy, but it was well worth it. I mean, they earned that win with their defense.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Al Jefferson's checked in for Young. And Robinson III comes in for Bogdanovich. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Oladipo. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. Now here's Wright. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists. I don't think they have anybody to blame but themselves there. I mean, that's just inexcusable to let a guy get this deep inside.
And Joseph kicks to Turner. There's a good screen to the paint. Pass to Jefferson. And finished off by Jefferson.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard.
There's Siakam looking for his first basket still in this one. Toronto working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Anunoby. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Pacers leading by 8. Now here's Joseph. 9-point game his last outing.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Yeah, this is a big lead right now, a big one, and they've seized momentum and showing no signs of letting it go.
And Nate McMillan, formerly an assistant in Indiana, now the head coach. Do you think it's tough to succeed another head coach that, Clark, you worked under?
I imagine there would be some awkwardness there, but in his case, it wasn't a mid-season transition. It was at the end of a season, so that certainly helps. Frank Vogel simply wasn't re-signed, was not fired, was not replaced, just wasn't re-signed, and I think all of that made it a little easier for Nate.
To the inside and out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Indiana.
And a shot they haven't been looking for very much is that corner three. And when they have, these been quick to kind of close out and deny it, and they've had to get their points from elsewhere.
Pacers leading by 8. Turner with the screen. Turner with the screen for Joseph. Robinson for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
And a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, Greg, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They set the pick. Now, Wright, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Stevenson against Miles. With a floater.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
There's the feed to Nogueira. Pass to Miles. Here's Anunoby, guarded by Robinson. Off the pick. Here's Nogueira. Joseph with the rebound.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And so the ball is out of bounds. Miles touched it last. Sabonis, he's checked in for Turner. And it's the Pacers' ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Joseph sets a screen for Stevenson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, the screen is the assist, giving their guards space to pull up or attack the rim.
The first one falls. And the Raptors for the last few seasons, Greg, right at the bottom of the league in assists.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they do make good decisions. They're a low turnover team, and they've been pretty efficient offensively. One area where you can offset that is by their ability to get to the free throw line, because that puts a lot of pressure on your defense with their ability to attack.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
.115 left to play in the first quarter. In the corner, O'Gara with it.
You know, the offense is sputtering a bit here, starting to fall behind.
Yeah, it's been a cold start, no doubt, but they've got to find a way to put some points on the board.
Sabonis with the bucket. Sabonis has got his first bucket in this one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Toronto with the ball, following the score by Indiana. Right outside. There's the pick. 5 on the clock to end the run. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Al Jefferson. And Paul George traded away by the Pacers over the summer. A move they didn't want to make, but the writing was on the wall.
You know what? It's always hard, Kevin, to lose a superstar player, but the Pacers had really been unable to create a contender around Paul George, and therefore they had to trade him because they didn't think he was going to sign. As a matter of fact, he clearly stated he would not re-sign at the end of his contract with the Pacers. So traded to OKC, and Paul George still intrigued by the possibility of maybe playing for his hometown Lakers at the end of his contract.
The first free throw is good. And so Wright nails both of them. Here's Joseph. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Jefferson, a screen on Wright. Here's Joseph. It's tipped.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Stevenson passes to Jefferson. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Robinson for 3. And so it's Indiana holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back right after this. And a chance to hear from DeMar DeRozan talking about his team's impressive play of late.
We all just playing together. You know, that's the biggest thing. Moving the ball, playing together on the defensive end. You know, just having trust in one another. You know, that's the bottom line. You know, once we play comfortable, go out there and have fun, we all clicking.
And DeMar is definitely a guy, Greg, that knows how to infuse that chemistry and teamwork on the floor. It looks like he's a big reason why they're clicking.
Kevin, no doubt. And attitude, such a huge factor in being successful as an individual, but really also as a team. I think we've seen him really embrace that attitude as he's matured as a player.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Pacers team out there.
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
Anunoby the 3 with Ibaka playing the 4. C.J. Miles is out there with Wright, and it's Nogueira in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Clark trying to find players that complement each other is such a big factor in the NBA. How much do differing styles of play matter for a low block pairing, for instance?
Kevin, I think it's critical. You need guys that have complementary skills. Somebody that can score it with his back to the basket deep in the post, and then that other big guy has to be more versatile. He has to be a good passer from every angle in the post area, and he has to be a guy who can make shots from that 12 to 17-foot range, so you have the kind of spacing that's ideal for 2 good inside players.
Now here's Joseph. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Stevenson. He can't get it to go. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And Wright kicks to Miles. And here's Nogueira. 9 points last game out. Here's Ibaka. It's rebounded by Jefferson. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Stevenson. Sabonis kicks to Robinson. Jefferson setting the pick for Robinson. It's deflected. Here's Anunoby. Got a hand on it. And oh, here we go. Joseph's got it. The fast break chance. Sabonis with the bucket. Sabonis has got his second basket of the night.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
And, Greg, you know, they're really controlling the pace and game right now, rushing, pushing the break, and leaving the defense in its wake.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Now, here's Jefferson. 6 points for him. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Jefferson's got 4 points this quarter.
Love the way Jefferson overpowers the defense, especially inside where he's a high percentage shooter.
And the Raptors call time here.
And Serge Ibaka, remember, it was a first-team all-defense selection. But over time, I think he's become more of a scoring-minded player, and I think that's affected his impact defensively.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Young's checked in for Jefferson. Bogdanovich comes in for Glenn Robinson III. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Collison in for Joseph. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. He doesn't hit that one. So the Pacers will take it the other way. And Serge Ibaka, the league leader in block shots for 2 years in a row in 2012 and 13, but he sends them back at about half the rate he once did.
Yeah, but even still, pretty good shot blocker. You add in his finishing and outside shooting, and he's a player to be reckoned with.
Oladipo outside. Outside Collison. Just 5 to shoot. He used that pick to get in close. Collison's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. To the inside. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut back down to 14 on those points from Serge Ibaka.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Now here's Collison. 6 points for him. Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison, his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, you go back to Darren Collison's career at UCLA, very distinguished, and he's turned himself into a starting caliber pro, too.
Collison hits them both. And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or two away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now.
The Pacers have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
One shot behind the lanes.
And that one misses. Often modern NBA players will get criticized for not being sound enough with their fundamentals. Clark, do you feel that's a fair statement?
I really don't. I think it's a bit of an overreach. You know, we all have revisionist history. Things were always better in our past than they are currently. I mean, the stories get better as we get older is one of the ways I've heard it framed. I think the players are more athletic, and because they play growing up in more structured environments, I think sometimes they don't get the same nuances and feel for the game that you would get from just playing organically. But I still think fundamentally the players are quite good, and I do think that's a bit of a reach as a sweeping statement that they're not as sound fundamentally today as they were in the past.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, "We couldn't be better.
Shot.
There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles." Kyle Lowry told me, "We're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be." Kevin?
And DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. Now, here's Oladipo.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Are you? Oh, my goodness. And when you give Oladipo a running start, he's going to torch you, plain and simple.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. Here's Valanciunas. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
Here's Oladipo, following the score by Serge Ibaka. Oladipo, the pass to Sabonis, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You gotta love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
I agree with you. I mean, they just look comfortable out there, taking what the defense gives them and then capitalizing with no real problem at all.
It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Toronto calls timeout. And the Raptors, unique in the NBA, they have a whole nation behind them.
And basketball continues to gain in popularity, especially with the younger generation in Canada. The Raptors are coming to relevance at the perfect time, and the rabid fan base energized by how competitive this group's been the last couple seasons.
Puts it up off the inbound. They get it back. Here's Lowry. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Pacers leading by 18. Collison with it. He's got 8. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Well, I tell you what, he's putting together quite a game here, knocking down shots and building upon this lead.
Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Collison. He's got 10. To the middle. Young for 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Outside Collison. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. The rebound by Young. Young's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing. Boy, nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Now here's Valanciunas. 9 points in the game so far. He feeds it to Powell. And again, no good by Toronto. Pacers leading by 22. Young, a screen on Lowry. Collison against Lowry. They set the pick. Collison, the pass to Sabonis. He used that pick to get in close. Sabonis has got 6 points in the quarter.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Here's Lowry. The Pacers making the shot. 11 feet away and too long on the shot. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Oladipo. Young dishes to Oladipo. The kick out to Young. Indiana moving it around. Collison against Lowry. Oladipo for 3. And it's Oladipo again missing. Raptor shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Powell kicks to Lowry. Here's Valanciunas. Oh. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 11 rebounds.
Kevin, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
Powell for 3. Pacers with the rebound. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. Here's Oladipo. And DeRozan sends it back. He dishes it to Ibaka. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
At times in his career, Ibaka has looked out of control when forced to finish through defenders. That time keeps his poise and reaps the benefits.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the Raptors with some changes. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's DeLon Wright in for Kyle Lowry.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Ibaka.
And really, as recently as 2014, the Pacers were a team with that old school front court. Some tall timber inside, and they played that slow, methodical pace. They have revamped the roster, looking to space the floor and really fire it up on offense.
And here's Joseph for three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Turner's got his 4th assist in this one. DeRozan lays it up and in off the pretty assist. DeRozan's got 6.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And the Pacers now looking to revamp how they approach things. The rebuild is on, it would appear.
Yeah, and a good time to do it when they saw Paul George would be leaving. It won't be easy to make the transition, but the Pacers do have a good collection of young talent.
Right with it. Picked up by Joseph. It's Miles on the wing. Valanciunas sets a screen for Miles. Turner with the steal. DeRozan against Robinson. It's stolen by Ibaka. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. DeRozan leading the charge. And then Miles with the dunk.
And the initiative from Miles is really why he gets that dunk. When he gets daylight near the hoop, it's too easy for him.
1:14 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Stevenson, and there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Some changes for Toronto. Nogueira's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Anunoby subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Raptors trail by 18. Miles the pass to Wright. Back to Miles. 55 seconds left in the first half. In the corner, Wright with it. That's tipped. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the shot will not go from Anunoby.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
When Lance Stevenson is focused, he's very dangerous, has a ton of talent, good, strong physical body, athletic, versatile. He does a lot of good things out there.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game. That free throw good from Lance Stevenson.
And anytime you think about the Pacers, really hard to forget their recent dominance in the East now. I mean, in 2013, they were 1 win away from the NBA Finals. In 14, they earned the #1 seed in the East, and then it kind of snowballed south since then.
And Stevenson drops them both. And for the Pacers, 2 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. They seem poised for a long run. Clark, what happened?
Well, they changed direction. They had 3 all-star caliber players in Lance Stevenson, Roy Hibbert, and Paul George, and David West was an anchor of that team as well. Stevenson left. The league seemed to figure out Hibbert, and PG broke his leg, and just like that, their fortunes changed. And I think, too, the way the league was changing in terms of style of play impacted the decision, too.
Outside, Robinson. And so it's the Indiana Pacers controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you guys are down right now. How do you get back into the game?
Well, the thing about it is we got to have some want-to, some defensive toughness, some grit. We're not playing with that. I saw none of that in our first few minutes of the game. I've got to see some focus and some fire.
I know you'll look out for it, Case. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Darren Collison is having one of those nights. He had 12 points and 3 assists. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys are working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Darren Collison really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Pacers leading by 20. And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young and Turner up front. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. Young's shot is off.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Three-pointer, Lowry. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Young's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Oladipo. And Valanciunas pulls it down.
Well, he mistimed it just a skosh. Don't think the defense really had an impact. I think he just flat out missed it. Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
The Pacers shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Turner with the screen. Jumper off the screen. Indiana again missing.
And, you know, they don't have it right now. I mean, missing their first 3 shots so far this half, slow start.
It's stolen by Oladipo. And a fast break now for the Pacers. And it's Collison that time on the assist by Oladipo. Oladipo's got 3 assists now in this one. Raptors trail by 20. The dish to Valanciunas. Powell kicks to DeRozan. Lowry against Collison. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Powell. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Pacers leading by 18. Collison kicks to Young. Down low. The pass to Collison. Oladipo for 3. No good. Shot missing. And Toronto will come the other way. Ibaka in the post. Young's there. Offensive rebound. DeRozan. Rejected by Young.
Thaddeus Young using that expansive wingspan to put that shot in reverse.
Collison against Lowry. The drive by Collison. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, Clark, you had the distinct honor of playing horse against the former president of the U.S., Barack Obama. You lost that game, I don't want to remind you, but I want an honest answer. Did you let him win that contest?
Kevin, the deal is that it was an unbelievable privilege to play POTUS. We changed the letters of that game back in 2010, and I let the president up. I gave him life after I had him down, and he took advantage of turning the momentum in his favor. He won fair and square. I did give him an opportunity to win, but he's on top in that matchup, and I think it ended up being good television. And while some of my former teammates look at me with disdain for having lost a horse game to the president, I think it was all intended to end just the way it did.
And the second free throw, good. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Toronto calls timeout.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
And a look here at the shot chart for Valanciunas.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team.
Now here's Lowry. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Screened by Valanciunas. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. Oladipo misses.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Oladipo following the score by DeMar DeRozan. They're looking now at a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. And they need to avoid that.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The 11-footer, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. DeRozan's got 10 points in the game. Indiana leading by 13. Collison dishes to Oladipo. He kicks it to Bogdanovich. Turner with the screen. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Poked loose. Powell, the pass to Valanciunas. Young against Ibaka. Screened by Valanciunas. Shot clock at 5. Ibaka with a screen on Bogdanovich.
Love to see Turner getting after it on defense, just throwing himself at the shooter and making him think twice about the release.
And the rejection by Ibaka. Powell with it. Now defended by Oladipo. Inside. Kicks it to Turner. Over Valanciunas, and Turner with the basket on the assist by Oladipo. Oladipo's got 4 assists now tonight. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
Defensively, they've played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Turner. Young against Lowry. Young's shot is off.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Sabonis, he's checked in for the Pacers. And Kyle Lowry over the last few seasons slimmed down about 15 pounds. He's Greg been playing the best basketball of his career.
No doubt. He's still got that low center of gravity, almost like a bowling ball. He just gets under his man, and his strength and tenacity enable him to create chaos at both ends of the floor.
For Toronto, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. Joseph, he's checked in for Indiana.
shot. One shot.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, "I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post." I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. Nogueira's checked in for the Raptors. C.J. Miles comes in for Norman Powell.
And I like how scrappy and aggressive Lowry is on the court. And it's easy to see how much his teammates enjoy playing alongside him.
Now here's Turner. Over Ibaka. Pass to Sabonis from downtown. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the paint. Lowry can't get it to go. Pacers leading by 12. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Robinson's got the ball. Wasted no time on that one.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Now here's Miles. 5 points in the game. Nogueira. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Robinson. It's hauled in by the Raptors. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Good job putting the pass in front of him, throwing it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
The Pacers have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. Jefferson's checked in for the Pacers. Lance Stevenson comes in for Young.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Robinson. And the Raptors with the ball. 17-point game. Wright the pass to Siakam. Wright sets a screen. They set the screen. And here's Miles outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Joseph kicks to Jefferson. Joseph the pass to Sabonis. From deep, Stevenson sinks the triple. Stevenson's got 9.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Miles. He has 5. Nogueira gets a screen for Miles. And then Miles with the dunk.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Here's Jefferson. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Pacers leading by 18. Here's Robinson on the wing. Stevenson. Another miss by Stevenson.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
One shot.
Raptors trail by 21. And Wright kicks to Siakam. Wright sets a screen. Feeds it to Miles. 6 to shoot. Here's the screen. Shot from 12. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Miles has got 4 this quarter.
Love the tenacity from Miles, just simply skying up and finishing strong inside.
Joseph dishes to Stevenson. Pass to Sabonis. Indiana moving it around. Wright outside. Pass to Anunoby. Stevenson against Wright. Over Stevenson. And it's Wright missing.
When he's got that kind of positioning, I mean, he's got to score it. Got to score the ball from there.
Siakam kicks to Nogueira. Siakam passes to Miles. They set the pick. Wright dishes to Miles. 5 to shoot. Over Robinson. Toronto with the first shot clock.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass there. That'll let them work the clock even more.
Shoots it. Sabonis with the bucket. Sabonis has got 10.
Awesome feed there. That pass was on point.
.146 left here in the third quarter. Right against Joseph. Dishes it to Miles. Sinks the three-pointer.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Pacers leading by 18. Now Joseph, taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. The pass to Sabonis. Back to Joseph. Robinson sets a screen for Joseph. Clock at 6. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Siakam's got 4 rebounds in this game. Wright with it. Picked up by Joseph. Pass to Anunoby. Back to Wright. And finished off by Wright.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Stevenson. Jefferson kicks to Sabonis. The feed now to Joseph. Here's Sabonis. 10 points for him. Screen by Jefferson. Here's Stevenson. The layup missed. Raptors trail by 16. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Right, the pass to Siakam. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
One shot, mind the lanes.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Stolen by Miles. From deep three-point range. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pacers lead by 13. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
They're playing harder, they're cutting harder, they're running harder. They're playing defense on us harder down here. We're kind of tiptoeing on our cuts. We got to up our level.
And Dwayne Casey imploring his guys to put forth a greater effort. Feels they're getting out hustled.
That's right. I mean, the one thing coaches cannot stand is a lack of energy. Expect these.
Talk about bringing it.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
Outside Jefferson. And Turner kicks to Bogdanovich. From deep, Stevenson. Another miss by Stevenson.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
The dish to Wright. He feeds it to Miles. Back to Wright. Pass to Anunoby. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Collison dishes to Turner. On the wing, Stevenson. From 12 feet out. Tries again. Jefferson kicks to Stevenson. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Nogueira kicks to Siakam. And it's sent back by Turner. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. Miles. The Pacers also with a sub. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Siakam. Jefferson with some nice D. Pacers leading by 9. The drive by Collison. Bogdanovich passes to Collison. Jefferson, a screen on Wright. Back to Bogdanovich. There's the 3. That shot missing, so the Raptors will take it the other way.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Oladipo goes in. Shot to end this cold run. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Boy, how about the determination of Turner? I mean, he's a wrecking ball on the glass on both ends of the floor. Just doesn't give up on plays. And, you know, Miles Turner, a 5-star recruit coming out of Trinity High School near Dallas, was Big 12 Freshman of the Year at the University of Texas. And he keeps working, and he's getting better and better and has all-star potential.
Young's checked in for Al Jefferson.
One shot, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Turner. And Clark, you've been around the Pacers. What are your impressions of Miles Turner?
Great maturity for his age, humble, hard-working, hungry, smart, and I think he wants to be great. That's all good stuff.
Collison against Lowry. Here's DeRozan. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. What's up?
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
Oladipo outside. Looking to end his cold spell. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Boy, that's some hard work being done inside by Oladipo, earning a trip to the line with his physicality in the paint.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Lowry against Collison.
DeRozan.
Outside Lowry. He dishes it to Valanciunas. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists in the game.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you were a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination.
Young sets a screen for Bogdanovich. Just 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Oladipo. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Powell for 3, cranes the three-pointer.
No explanation for giving up these wide open looks. Total breakdown. Unacceptable defense.
Turner with the screen. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Shot's good by Turner. Turner's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Screened by Valanciunas. Collison against Lowry. Here's DeRozan. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. And here's Young from the arc. Another miss by Young.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Turner with a screen on Lowry. Collison dishes to Bogdanovich. On the wing, Turner. Back to Bogdanovich. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on DeRozan.
And, you know, he's an underrated ball handler, Bogdanovich. Able to get a step there and work himself to the line.
And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No, if anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
And he makes the first.
And, you know, Bogdanovich played for 10 years in Europe before coming to the NBA. Just now coming into his prime, but he's got a lot of pro experience.
And so he hits both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
DeRozan on the wing. Baseline J on the way. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Indiana moving the ball around. And Bogdanovich kicks to Young. With the fadeaway. And the shot is long.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Outside Lowry. Goes up at the stripe. Here's Valanciunas, and it's sent back by Turner. They shoot again. Oladipo outside. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Sometimes it's about presence, and Oladipo has it. Really willing himself to the line and going right into the defense that time. He forced the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Oladipo hits them both. Here's Powell. Screened by Valanciunas. Right side Lowry. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And his touch inside more than makes up for Lowry's lack of size. He's a terrific finisher in the paint and doesn't miss many once he gets in tight.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Miles Turner.
And when he's been on the floor, it has been a clinic in rim protection and shot blocking. He's played the defense of 3 men tonight. His block total has gotten to a point you almost never see in an NBA game.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk to his team during the break. He told them one thing. He said, no mistakes from here on out. We've got a good lead. Don't take chances. No dumb fouls. Smart basketball the rest of the way. Guys.
All right, thank you, David. Just 5 on the clock. Shots good from Young.
And the fourth quarter just has not been kind. Only 1 bucket in 5 attempts.
Valanciunas against Turner. Now here's DeRozan. He's guarded closely. Pacers leading by 8. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Back to Collison. Oladipo right side. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first free throw is good. The Pacers making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. Oladipo hits them both. Well, the commissioner recently said the NBA will review, Clark, the one and done rule for college players. Any idea how that will change, if it will at all?
You know what? I'm not sure, Kevin. Quite honestly, when this rule was instituted about 10 years ago now, 10 or 11 years ago, I thought it would be good. I felt 1 year of college, if a guy was fully invested in that experience, would be better than no years. But I also understand college is not for everybody. And I'm actually of the mindset now that you should be allowed to leave right out of high school if you so choose. But if you do go to college, I would like there be a rule in place that there's a commitment to 2 years. I just think that would benefit all involved, the players, the universities, and I think the NBA would get a more mature and an NBA-ready prospect. That being said, I think we're going to end up, you know, kind of where we are right now. I don't know if anything is going to change in the near future.
And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Kyle Lowry. Joseph, the pass to Young. That's tipped. Outside, Bogdanovich. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Toronto's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Now here's Powell. Guarded by Oladipo. Here's DeRozan. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. DeRozan's got 8 points in the quarter.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Joseph dishes to Oladipo. There's the pick. To the inside. Here's Turner, and it's Turner finishing it off. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 13 rebounds.
What athleticism from Turner. My goodness. He loves getting chances to throw it down like that.
Lowry kicks to Powell. Here's DeRozan. The shot will not fall. Ready by Bogdanovich. Oladipo with the ball. Now Valanciunas defending. The shot by Turner no good. Raptors trail by 7. And here's Lowry. He kicks it to Powell. Feeds it to DeRozan. From the top of the key. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. DeRozan's got 14 points here in the second half. Indiana leading by 5. Turner with the screen. Shot off the screen. Again, the miss by Turner. The Raptors shooting under 40% all in all for the game. And it's Kyle Lowry with the 3.
Hey, Kevin, when it's an important moment in the game, a big time in the game, he flat out takes over. Lowry is a game.
Turner with the screen. Oladipo for 3. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. Darren Collison, he's checked in for Joseph. 1:22 left in the fourth. Turner with the screen. Gets the bucket and the foul. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
$175, and that might be generous for DC. He says, I don't care. I'm attacking the defense no matter what size I am.
Another big point onto the league. Great and-one play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Here's DeRozan. Not enough on that one as it misses. Pacers leading by 5. Turner with a screen on Lowry. Here's Oladipo. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
I like the balance that Collison strikes between passing and scoring.
Lowry passes to Powell. Fires from 14, and it's DeRozan missing. Now here's Oladipo, guarded by Powell. Collison kicks to Turner. Oladipo outside. Just 5 on the clock. Again, Oladipo missing.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the lean is probably not the best option on that shot.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Here's Young. Pass to Oladipo. Shoots over Powell. And Young kicks to Collison. Oladipo outside. And so the Pacers take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Victor, you guys have been pushing the tempo, looking to get out and run, and it's working. Has that been a focus of late?
We figured out that we got to play fast and we got to play high tempo no matter what happens, and we got to stay together. So we got to just continue to keep working.
Well, you certainly hit them first tonight, Victor. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time